Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, I will discuss about questions and answer on chapter 7b. Okay. Explain the terms of copyright and fair of use, and list common ways that copyrights are violated for software, music, and images. Let's go to slide number 5. Okay. Copyright is a legal concept that grants rights and control to the owner of any published work. That means if a person create or write a books and copyright it, then any other people cannot just make a copy and sell it for profit. Okay. How about fair of use? Fair of use is a limited set of circumstances in which copyrighted material can be used without first obtaining permission. Let me give you an example. Let's say that our computer course textbooks consists of 7 chapters. If we just make a few pages or maybe like 10 pages of the entire content, that means it's fair of use. However, if a person make a copy of the half of the textbook or the entire textbooks, then that is not a fair of use. So fair of use is a limited set of circumstances in which copyrighted material can be used without first obtaining permission. Okay. All right. Copyright materials last for the life of the creator and 70 years after the person dead. Okay, when a copyright expires, the work become the public domain. Another example of violation of copyright. Let's say that a person downloaded recording artist from the internet without paying it. So that will be a violation of a copyright. Therefore, some website like Napster or LimeWire, some of this program or website, the government may close those things because they may do some illegal activities. Not only it is immoral, but also is illegal. The second question is define the following terms: software piracy, forgery, and intellectual property. Let's talk about the piracy. Okay. If you go to slide number 3, piracy is defined as acquiring copies of protected digital creation without the permission of the creator. Okay. Among the most widespread form of unethical computer use program, let's say that a person install Office 2013 without purchasing the program. So that would be a violation of software piracy. Okay. Another example is when a person purchases a DVD movie in the flea market for $1. That is also digital piracy, because the original cost of the movie is about $20 to $25, but some people make a copy of it and sell it in the flea market. Okay. How about forgery? Forgery is making copies that appear to be real and selling those copies to buyers as a legitimate product. So, as I mentioned to you, in some other places, many shop, they sell illegal copy or forgery copy. Okay. Like illegal DVD movie or illegal software. So the person making copy that appear to be real and selling those copies to the buyers, that's called forgery. Some example of some of the classic example probably is selling Microsoft, selling a fake Microsoft a program. Okay. The next one is intellectual property. Intellectual property is the ideas, writing, music, art, and other kind of mind-based product that intended to be used in a commercial way. Piracy is stealing intellectual property. Evidence of theft that may not be obvious, right? Intellectual property laws. Okay. So in some other country, intellectual property is not well respected. Okay. So that's why sometimes if you ever heard about disagreement between the President Donald Trump with the China governments, because maybe our country thinks that Chinese government does not do much about protecting the intellectual property of the U.S. product. Okay, so that will result with a trade war. Okay, it's a trade war where both of the countries need to sit down together and to find a solution, how to find the solution or to fix the problem. Okay. The next question is, how long does the copyright last? I think I mentioned before in the previous discussion, the copyright lasts the life of the person and 70 years after the person dead. The next question is, what is software licenses? Site licenses, single use of license, enterprise license, and multiple use of license. Let's go to slide number 7 here, right? What is software license? Software license is basically a legal permission that granted one person to use the program. Normally, when you go to the store or Best Buy, for example, or Walmart, when a person purchases a program or a DVD movie, that is called a personal use of license. That means it gives the legal permission or granted one person to use the program. The person cannot make a copy and give it to other people, legally speaking. Okay. So what is multiple use of license? It means it's a legal permission to install and use the program on a certain number of computers. Let me give you an example. Let's say that a person can purchase Office 2013 program with 5 user licenses. That means the person has the right to install in 5 different computers. Because if a person purchases the program separately, it's going to cost money. If, let's say that the person purchased 5 programs, each individual, it's going to cost money. It's going to cost more money rather than a person buy one single program with 5 user of license. That's called multiple use of license. The site license, that allows the software to be installed and used on any computer in the building or corporate campus. Let's say that South Texas College has many different campuses, like Mid Valley campus, Pecan campus, and Rio Grande City campus. So if we purchase the antivirus program for the site, for the Pecan campus site license, that means anyone, faculty, staff, and the student that belongs to Pecan campus may have the right to use that program. That's what is called site license. Enterprise licenses, this is maybe one of the type of licenses that may be appropriate in our situation. That is permit installation and use of any computer program within a company. So since you are all a student of South Texas College, so you may have the right to use Office 365. Since we have a subscription or an agreement, license agreement with the Microsoft. So anyone that part of the STC family, like faculty, staff, and student, may have the right to use the program. That is called enterprise use of license. Okay, so you have a personal use of licenses, multiple use of licenses, site licenses, and enterprise licenses. Make sure you understand, make sure you read the book and understand the concept and provide some examples. Okay, the last question is define the following term: dongle, BitTorrent, and acceptable use of policy. Let's talk about dongle here. Let's go to slide number 9. Okay, dongle is basically a hardware device that is included with the software and plugged into the computer port. Let me give you an example. In our class, we use a program called SIMnet. If a company does not want other people to make a illegal copy of the SIMnet, they may provide the student with like a USB stick that put it in the computer while they are using the SIMnet program. So dongle is basically part of the security measure that is created by the company so that customer wouldn't make an illegal copy or just make a copy of the program and many people can use it. So normally when the person purchases the program like SIMnet, they also give you additional dongle, which is a hardware base, similar like a USB that need to be plugged in so they can use the program. How about BitTorrent? What is BitTorrent? BitTorrent is a protocol that is for sharing peer-to-peer networks. Okay, basically it's a protocol that is used in the peer-to-peer network that allows people to make copy or download files. Okay, BitTorrent copy, let me give you an example. There is a program here. It's called BitTorrent. So people can make a copy using this protocol. Okay. BitTorrent here. Download large file with easy to use BitTorrent client. So if people want to download some big file or programs, sometimes they may use this type of protocol, BitTorrent. Let me show you another example. This is normally just for download. Okay, file hippo download. This one here we go. File sharing program. Okay. This one. This is called a file sharing program. So if you want to do peer-to-peer download, you may need to download this one. Okay. Sharing file. Let's say that I want to share my music file to you. So we need to download this program so we can do a file sharing among each others. Okay. So these are BitTorrent. Let me see another one. I think this is one of the most popular one. Okay. There is another file sharing program. I think the most popular one is uTorrent. This is considered a freeware. Okay. Acceptable use of policy. Okay, acceptable use policy is a document that attempts to formalize the practice of ethical computer use for an institution, schools, or company. When I sign a contract with the South Texas College, all the employee, faculty, staff, they are required to sign a paperwork that the computer and any network resources that are in the school must be used in the school related. They cannot be used for personal. Okay, so however, some people still use for personal, but they have to be very limited amount of time. Okay, so acceptable of use policy. Also, like the student here in Southwest High School, every semester the school will provide you a copy that you and your parent need to sign as a legal guardian that mention the appropriate use of the computer and network resources in the school. So if the student download illegal songs or do something they're not supposed to do, the school has the right to remove student from the computer labs or use of the computer network in the schools. Let me share some of my experience. Let me share one of my experience teaching here at South Texas College a few years ago. When I taught in some of the school district in the valley, one of the students, they bring like an external hard drive and upload like 2 or 3 hour music files to the network. That caused the problem to the school district network is they shut down the whole district for a day. And they were wondering how does this happen. Apparently, after investigation, they found out that one of the students, they bring an external hard drive and started uploading many of the music files to the internet, so some of his friend or her friend can download the music. Thank you for listening. I hope that you can listen to, so you can answer this question, chapter 7b, and type it in Microsoft Word. Thank you.